Yo, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use the Unforgiven Yasuo. Don't worry, I'm going to try to make this quick and simple and straight to the point. So yeah. But please, as you're watching this video, consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that like button, as we are on the road to 1K subscribers. But enough of all that, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so before we begin, Yasuo is a weak character in a sense. Yes, he tends to go for a lot of lifesteal and has a lot of lifesteal, but the reason why Yasuos are known to be enters is because Yasuo is actually weak. Now, a lot of people don't really glance over these things, but if you check the champion chart, it tells you the amount of toughness and utility and all that a character has. Yasuo has literally like the weakest toughness. Not in the game, but like it's just in his chart, he has no toughness. So what I'm trying to say is, don't be a freak in the streets mashing buttons while mashing something else. Play smart, play passive aggressive, not super aggressive, because you will die easily if you get CC'd. So I'm just letting that be known. If you want to use Yasuo, learn to play smart and not just like a idiot. So I'm just putting that out there. Alright, now on to the main topics. We're going to try to make this quick and simple as possible. So let's go. So first we got the mechanics. Now I just spawned a few enemies. Okay, so we have Yasuo's Q, his W, and his E. And then he has a second Q, which does that. You wait for it to go. And then this is his ult, which can actually target the whole team. So to quickly talk about his Q, as I just showed you, his Q has three actually. He has 3 Qs. You wait for the cooldown, so you can do the tornado, which is the 3rd Q. But with his Q, you could combine animations or other skills. So you could do things like this. So you could W and Q at the same time, or you could E and Q at the same time. Like that. But he also has another style of Q, which is like a dash into Q, like that. So yeah, you could pretty much combine those attacks and do interesting, combos and things like that. Now when fighting an opponent, you want to use your E's on minions most of the time. You don't want to waste it on an opponent, because like, let's say you're chasing an opponent, right? He might flash, so you want to E through the minions. That's why minions are very good on closing in on your targets. A lot of Yasuos do it. It's basically the standard Yasuo move or play to do. So save your E for the last second on your opponent, pretty much. Now I'm sure you guys can figure out the rest, so I'm not going to cover everything, but I'll just show you the famous EQ flash combo that everyone likes to do, or tries to do. It's hard, but it's not. Like, you just gotta practice muscle memory wise, but I'll teach you real quick and then we'll move on to the next part quickly. So to do the EQ flash combo, it's pretty simple if you just like break it down. So Q, Q, right? Then you want to E in flash like that. Alright, so I might slow it down, do a slowdown real quick and show you what I did, and then I'll explain what I did again. I pressed my T button by mistake. But yeah, so basically what you do is, when you flash in general, you flash towards where your mouse is. So if I want to flash towards you, depending on the flash range, just like that. So if I want to flash towards this, I'm gonna just put my mouse here. I'll flash. If I want to flash towards this, boom. Flash for this, boom, right? So we know that. So basically what you do is, you want to combine that like that, but you also have to know that you have to press Q before you press flash. And the reason why is because the animation actually starts up later than the flash. The flash is instant, like point whatever second, but the Q is actually a little bit slower, so you have time to flash first and then do it. So me, I'm gonna press Q then F to show you. Now this is what it looks like if you press flash first and then Q. See, I pressed flash first and then like Q. you want to press Q first and then flash. And that's really how you just do the thing. Pretty simple, honestly. Like if you master it, it's easy. You just gotta practice that. Just remember to press Q first and then flash. So I recommend you just practice doing that. So like that. Just keep practicing that. Or you could just practice this in place, and then you just train yourself to move your mouse while you do it. Oh yeah, one last thing, when you ult, you can actually get an auto attack off before you press R. I recommend you always do that. Don't ever try to rush, because you have enough time. Because you can honestly ult when the person is on the ground. It just looks weird, but see, like I feel like I had like a second at least 1 second to like still press R after my Q or knockup. So yeah, before you ult, make sure you auto attack or throw in like a move. So you don't have to just auto attack. You could do something like this. Stuff like that. Like I just did two extra hits before I ulted. Now that's it for mechanics. Next, we're gonna quickly talk about his early to mid to late game and his build, and after that we're all done. Now for his build, you basically want to go kind of like the ADC route. So you want to go like Berserker's Greaves. If you're even or like stomping lane, Berserker's Greaves is good. Otherwise, you might want to go something defensive, but up to you. And you could go Immortal Shield Bow, IE, Bloodthirster. I'd say those are like the 4 items you want to go, and the rest is up to you. And that's what actually grants Yasuo a lot of lifesteal and what makes him look strong and feel strong. And honestly, he is strong, but like I said, he has his faults. He's pretty weak, so if you can CC him to death, you pretty much got it. Now as for his early, mid, and late game, you basically want to play around minions. You want to farm properly, of course. He has a shield passive, which on the first hit, you know, he blocks a lot of damage, and that's pretty useful. So a lot of the times you want to wait, you want to bait your opponent with that shield advantage, and if he uses his skill or her skill, you could pretty much just go aggressive and finish him or auto attack him down and do some stuff. Laning with him is pretty fun, but sometimes you'll get carried away, and a lot of Yasuos tend to do that. They'll go deep in the tower, so be careful with that. Play it safe. It's kind of hard to play against tanks in the early game, but if you could like survive and set up a gank for your jungler, you'll be good, trust me. And with melee matchups, you don't have to level up wind wall early, so you can stack your Q, level up your Q as much as possible until necessary. Versus ranged matchups, definitely level up wind wall, as wind wall will actually help you out on top of that. Wind wall actually blocks minions as well, like the caster minions, so you can use that to your advantage if you want to freeze the lane or something. But wind wall is definitely good against ranged opponents. You can also use it in the middle of a fight, so if you're attacking a ranged opponent or ADC or whatever, you could EQ them and then throw out your wall and kind of like glitch your way in and block the auto attacks. You could also block damage coming from the dragon, so you can wind wall the dragon as well. Things like that. It's just good to know. Mid game is pretty much mid game. You just want to do the typical stuff: farm, get some kills, look for kills, but just don't overdo it. Because like I said, if you're frontlining or trying to frontline as Yasuo, you will die fast. So you want to play cleanup pretty much with Yasuo. Then you have late game. Late game is pretty standard. If you're somehow losing late game, it's gonna be pretty tough to win as Yasuo. I just say farm up, do what you gotta do. But definitely if you're behind late game, definitely try not to, you know, tank a lot of damage and just play it safe once again. Like I said, play, you know, from a distance and just clean up. Because when behind, Yasuo really can't do much. If you get shut off Yasuo, he's pretty much useless. That's why he is an enter in the general public eye, but yeah. But other than that, guys, that's my quick little guide with Yasuo. I didn't want to get into too much detail. If anything, I will do an advanced video if you want me to. But yeah, I just had to put this video out there. Hopefully it helped. At least guide you in the right direction on Yasuo. But yeah, guys, other than that, thank you all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces. I'm out.